splashes.
I like the DJ.
Mr.Iconix and King
I
Theory did
really
it.
like the DJ.
Flashes. Going.
What's up, guys? It's your girl, Mi'Chel Rose, and welcome to Rose Chronicles. Yeah. Okay, y'all. Thank you for joining in, for stopping by. Holla at your girl, see what's going on Rose Chronicles. This is going to be an amazing show, as usual, guys. Shout out to everyone who has been listening to the previous episodes and getting some nice little rose petals, for life. And this has just been an amazing journey. Starting this podcast on last year in 2020. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's real, and it's just been an amazing journey, an amazing growing process for me, as well as I hope as it has been for you as well. So, guys, today on the Chronicles, we're going to be talking about when to let go. Yes, when to let go, guys. Look, it's been a lot of crazy stuff that's been happening, and if you got a chance to check out my Instagram on Rose Chronicles Podcast, you would have seen the recent story that I put up, and it was live at 5, but I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Before we go any further, I got to give you a positive quote of today. Yes. So today's positive quote is, letting go is better than holding on to something that has potential of harming you. Yes. Read that again, girl. I got you. Today's positive quote of the day. Letting go is better than holding on to something that has potential of harming you. Yep. So, guys, the first thing I want to say is to my ladies that's out there, protect yourselves at all costs, but mentally always should be priority. Mental protection is very important, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in this episode. But let's start off this first segment with signs. So, as I said earlier, recently I posted on Instagram on Rose Chronicles Podcast about an incident that happened at the local Chili's restaurant in Houston. And the short version of it is basically I was sitting at the bar during a lunch, working and everything. And a young lady came in and she sat down. She was by herself. Somebody else came in that met her. They were talking for a good little while. I began to see that the gentleman was a little bit agitated, and the young lady was ordering him drinks, getting him food, rubbing and caressing on him, just like, trying to calm him down. But it didn't seem as though it was an escalating situation. So in the process, maybe like 10 to 15 minutes went by. The guy kept going in and out, leaving the young lady at the table, coming back into the restaurant, back and forth, about maybe like 2 or 3 times. The final time that he left out, she follows him, and the gentleman jumps into his car and he rams the back of her car repeatedly. At that point, at one point he drove around the restaurant, literally drove around. I thought that he was leaving. He drove around, came back and hit the young lady's car again. He did that maybe like 2 or 3 times. So that's the short version of it. And eventually, he left. He did not come back. After he left the last time, I left. Okay, I jumped in my car and I got up out of there as well. So here's the thing, guys, because let's be serious now, right? As I watched this young lady caress and softly touch a ticking time bomb for over an hour, right? I was determined to understand the lesson in front of me. And for everything, there is a lesson, big or small. You got to look for those lessons, right? Because the world is full of life is a journey, and the world is your adventure. But on adventures, you learn different things to make it more funner, or just to make sure you avoid some things too, right? And so everything has a lesson, big or small. Now, how do you know when a situation is worth letting go? We will be discussing this after on the next segment, but I just want to be very clear that you guys understand the story, right? And the topic of today is when to let go. All right. And we're going to get a little bit more into like knowing your worth, and because that's priority as well. And I always like to be honest and be vulnerable because things are happening every single day. And if we're not learning anything from the day, then we're missing something. Every single day you should learn something, guys. And this was a lesson that I definitely learned from. And we're going to go a little bit deeper when we come back. It's your girl, Mi'Chel Rose. Smooches and
flashes.
I like the DJ.
Mr.Iconix and
I
King Theory did it.
really like the DJ.
Flashes.
all right, guys, we are back. Thank you for hanging out, guys. If you did not know, today we are talking about when to let go. All right. I'm definitely talking to my ladies out there because a lot of times we don't catch on to the signs of when to let someone go. Women, we like to feel that we can change people. We can help somebody get out of a situation that can really turn around and be detrimental to us when we don't let go at the right time. All right. So let's get into it. Now, there is no such thing as the perfect place, but the perfect time is always in your control. Okay? Listen to that again. There is no such thing as the perfect place, but the perfect time is always in your control. Okay? The reason I say that is because, as we've all heard and seen horrific stories of murder, suicides, and things of that nature where women or men are in the middle of public places and they're losing their lives. And these are domestic violent situations that literally get out of control. Or you're in the middle of a family reunion and, you know, your husband or wife or somebody's talking to you crazy and they're doing it in a public setting. These are signs, guys. But I'm going to get into that in just a moment. So listen when you start to see an angry side of someone in the public. You are dating. There's a huge red flag. There's a huge red flag. Okay. Always look for that. Someone who can talk to you negative and offensive in private will become public, which could potentially end up deadly. There's levels when you're looking at aggravation, agitation, bad vibes, you know, when drugs or things of that nature are also involved. But when a person is sober and a person begins to escalate a situation in private, it will eventually become public one day. So you have to look for those signs. Whether you are a man or a woman, no one deserves to be hit or belittled. Okay. Now, I know this sounds like a kindergarten topic or whatever, because we hear it all the time and we've been hearing it for years. Don't let nobody put their hands on you. This is real, guys. But before somebody puts their hands on you, you got to catch the signs. You have to know when to let go so it doesn't get to that point. Right? Let's talk about it. Making excuses can lead to breaking news. Your girl just dropped the rose petal. Pick that up. Listen, making excuses can lead to breaking news. It's so true. Now, I want you to look for some signs. And this is for everybody, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're looking to be in a relationship, or if, you know, just look for these signs, and I'm talking about even just regular friendships. You want to look for signs where you are not being benefited and where you're not valued and where you could potentially be harmed emotionally, physically, mentally. You want to look at these signs. Okay. Now, look at these signs. Am I happy? Am I happy? Do I feel safe? These are questions you can ask, signs that give you these red lights, right? Can I trust them? This is with anything. Don't be specific with anything. You want to look for these signs. Have they threatened me? Have they threatened me? Right? And listen, all jokes ain't just jokes. You have to look at everything that's being said. Don't let no man tell you in front of his homeboys, I'll slap you. No, we don't do that. No, ladies, I'm definitely talking to my young women out there, 25 and younger. I'm talking to y'all. We got to do better. And I hope that I say something that will ignite that will ignite something in you to take what I'm saying seriously, because we see a lot of bad situations happening, and these are some of the signs, some of the questions you can ask yourself. You can highlight some of these things to make sure that you're positioning yourself to let go when it's time, right? So what was I? Have they threatened me? Right. What's the benefit of this relationship? Could be a friendship too. What's the benefit of this relationship? Is it benefiting me? Do I feel important? Do I feel important when we go around his friends? Do I feel important when we go around his family? Do I feel important when it's just me and him in the car? These are important signs to highlight and look at and look for. Okay. Have I accomplished something with them? Have we done anything other than just had kids? I'm sorry, I'm just saying. What are you accomplishing? Is this person helping you reach your goals? Are you helping this person reach their goals? Bigger than just the basic necessities of a picket fence and the kids and the dogs. It's more to it than that. What about you? Right? What about your mental, your emotional, your physical state, your being, male or female? It doesn't matter. You guys, we matter, right? So you want to look for these signs, look for these red flags. Do they compliment me? Do they compliment me? Duh. Yeah. I mean, like, self-explanatory. Something as simple as good morning, beautiful, or hey, handsome. Something, right? Have I grown? Have I grown in any type of way that's benefiting me, that's benefiting this situation? Have they grown? These are questions you and your partner, you and your friend, whoever, y'all can sit down and ask each other these questions to make sure that, yes, I'm getting all of this, or no, I'm not getting this. These are signs when you say, okay, you know what, if I'm not getting any of this, if I'm not seeing any benefits, if I'm being threatened, I need to let go. It's true. I said this earlier, but this is my top 10. Do they support me? A lot of times when you're looking at situations, relationships where someone could be threatened, someone could be in just a bad situation, a bad relationship, they're not always going to be supported. They're not always, I mean, you can always tell in a household if someone is really, really, like, if they really got their back, like if their partner really has their back, like, putting down every idea that your significant other may have, or coming up with an alternative, not a solution, not trying to come and help, but always putting, oh, that's ugly, or you shouldn't wear that. Hey, listen, these are signs you guys have to look for. The topic of today is when to let go. Guys, these are some things you can think about when making the decisions to let go. I want to know, how do you determine, like, when to let go? Some people let things like build up, and then eventually it becomes like overwhelming, and I just can't take it no more. I'm just done with this. No, that's not just it. You want to let go and remove yourself before you hit that breaking point. Save yourself some time. Save yourself some wrinkles. Okay? Look, again, I want to hear what are some things that you do to prepare yourself to let go. Not just waiting until it's like the end and you're just like crying and crazy and you just can't find the answer. No. So let me know, guys. Send me a message at MikeRoseChronicles@gmail.com. That's MikeRoseChronicles@gmail.com. Yes, I said it. It's your girl Mi'Chel Rose, guys. We'll be right back. Smooches and roses. What's up, guys? We're back. This is the final segment, yes, of Rose Chronicles, the episode When to Let Go, guys. I hope that you guys have gotten something because we're going deep today. And if you didn't hear that story, guys, go back, rewind, listen to it again, or go to my IG, Rose Chronicles Podcast, and listen to the story, guys. It was so crazy. And again, I really wanted to highlight some of the signs that we should look for, questioning situations, evaluating our surroundings, because people are stressed. I say this all the time, and some people don't know how to deal with stress. Some people don't know how to deal with the lack of finances. Some people don't know how to live with what we're living in these days. And you have to be mindful and keep yourself in good, healthy relationships and situations at all times. Okay? So let's talk about cut the strings. Oh, I like it. Cut the strings. Yes, this is the fun part. Okay. So when I realized that I was important and I matter, no matter what people think of me, I am someone's child. I deserve to be treated right. I'm important. A man is lucky to have me, and a woman is lucky to have a man, right? However, if we don't build each other up and one is given more than the other, it's time to cut the strings. I don't care what the relationship is. I don't care what the title is. Did you hear me? I'll run it back. I said, if we don't build each other and one is giving more than the other, then it's time to cut the strings. And I'll say that again. I don't care what the relationship is. If you're in a serious one-on-one monogamous, like the kabuska, it's you and your boo thing, and you're not getting anything out of it, you're giving more than what you're giving, it's definitely time to cut the strings. Why do I say that? Because if we go back to what I initially started talking about, this young lady sat in a restaurant. Okay? She sat in a restaurant and she massaged and she rubbed and caressed and she talked to this man across the table as though she didn't deserve that. Right? I don't know the conversation. I'm just saying. But at the point to where you're caressing a ticking time bomb that's literally about to tear up all your stuff in the next 15, 20 minutes. You haven't got anything out of caressing, talking to him nice. Let it go. Cut the string. This is not going anywhere. I never seen him smile. I never seen them have a cool moment. Nothing. Know when to cut the strings. Within the first 10 to 15 minutes, if you don't feel it, if you don't see anything going anywhere and someone is aggressive, you can tell that they're intense. It's a cut the string and let it go. Let the conversation go. Walk away with your peace. Pay the tab. Bye. Because what was the ending results? Oh my God, it was a mess. Okay? So what I'm excited about is that, and this is true. What I'm excited about is that I learned when to start letting go after a while. And now I look for moments to give opportunities to love me first. I mean, every opportunity that I'm in with, especially when someone else is involved, if I don't feel that I'm being treated the right way, if I don't feel that I'm getting what I'm not getting what I'm giving, something is wrong, right? And I need to pull myself back for my safety first. mental and emotional safety first, right? Because once you follow those intuitions, physically just automatically goes there. I mean, and I really do wish that women would start listening to their intuitions. Get out, leave, stop talking, don't say nothing else, just remove yourself and find the signs before it's too late. Before it's too late. There was an incident, and I'm about to close. There was an incident where here in Houston, a couple went into the airport, and it was a murder-suicide. And, you know, I really want to highlight the fact that this has been happening a lot. This has been happening a lot. The numbers are they're just mind-reckoning of how many murder-suicides, how many people are just taking their lives, children are being involved. It's ladies and gentlemen, look for signs when to let go. When it hits your stomach, when it hits your heart, when it hits your mind, 3-part harmony, let it go. Cut the chains, cut the strings, cut everything. Just get out, get away for your safety, guys. It is your girl, Mi'Chel Rose. Listen, if you know anybody that's in harm, in danger, please tell somebody, contact your local authorities, save somebody's life. Don't jump in their business. Don't jump in the mix. But be there for your loved ones. Let them know. Send this podcast to them. Send them a sign. You know, be there for your loved one, guys. And once again, know when to let go. Cut them strings. Look for the top 10 signs. It is your girl, Mi'Chel Rose. Smooches and roses. See you next time. Bye.